It seems every week we're reporting on increasingly wild shenanigans between the two leading parties, but last week it was within one party, and it took the cake. The Prime Minister was confronted behind closed doors during a very divisive party caucus meeting where we're told 50 MPs spoke up, some supporting Justin Trudeau.
It's about having frank and honest conversations.
And some giving him a deadline of tomorrow to make a decision, stay or go.
I spoke truth to power. I think I've articulated what I feel needs to be done. It's never easy.
Meanwhile, in public, sounds and claims
The Liberal Party is strong and united.
of a united front. Joining us now with the optics and mechanisms of this leadership review is Dalhousie professor Laurie Turnbull. Laurie, thanks so much for joining us today. Where are we at after how things went down this week?
I think things are the same in that there is public awareness that there are a good chunk of Liberal MPs who do not want to see Justin Trudeau lead them in the next election. And then we know that there are a good pile of them that do want it, or at least they're willing to support him. And so we know that things are, they're tense. We know that the Prime Minister seems to have every indication that he's going to keep going. And so I think nothing has changed.
So what happens next? Does this Monday deadline mean anything? Does the dissent continue? Do we start to see other leadership hopefuls like perhaps Mark Carney or Christy Clark, who started expressing a little bit of interest, saying, well, the job's not available now, but if it were, maybe they would consider it. Where does this go?
Right, exactly. I mean, I think for the MPs who really want to see a leadership change, the reasons that they want it are very much related to their own political survival and what they take to be the likely outcome of the next election. I think the worst case scenarios for the Liberals are pretty bad. And so it's not just that they're saying, look, you know, we kind of think it's time for a new leader. Some of these people are like, if Justin Trudeau doesn't step aside, I'm going to lose my seat. I think a lot of people are going to lose theirs. Is there any way that he would kind of take one for the team and let someone else come in to see if we can save anything? But those circumstances, like that whole structure of reasoning is not going to change. Those things are the way they are. And so they can't really push him out.
Well, and I think we wanted to lay out for our viewers that the different parties have different ways of dealing with leadership issues. And a lot of folks remember the Conservatives who have something called the Reform Act. It's a mechanism that allows for a leadership review by the caucus members. If you get 20% of caucus that signs a leadership review demanding it, it triggers a vote. And in that vote, if the leader does not get a majority, they have to step down. The Liberals don't have that mechanism to force it. Why not? And do you think that that is something that would make it worse or better in the future for this kind of caucus dissent?
Right. So the Liberals did not take the option of giving themselves the Reform Act. The Conservatives did. The Liberals didn't. And I think one of the reasons is that when you say, OK, we'd like to put the Reform Act up there as an option, which does give the caucus a very clear and straightforward path to changing the leader, it might give the impression that the caucus is gearing up to do that. Maybe they don't have confidence in the leader, and that can be hard for a party to explain, right? And so the Liberals didn't take this route. And now they're in a situation where there seem to be a number of them who want to push the Prime Minister out, but they can't because they don't have the mechanism, because the party is chosen by the leader is chosen by the party at large, not by the caucus in particular. I think it would be better for everybody if the Reform Act was in place for this party, because from Justin Trudeau's perspective, you know what? If you guys want to push me out, get the numbers. And if you've got the numbers, I'm gone. And if not, shut up. And then it would be better for the caucus because they'd actually have a mechanism to do it. There would be clarity.
Laurie Turnbull, thank you so much for joining us with your insight.
Thank you too. Take care.